Alright guys, so welcome to this weekly analysis. So this is week 11 in 2022 and I welcome you here on this video with hope and with intention to bring some value to your trading so you will make an easier trading decisions in the upcoming week. Okay, so we will mostly do as usual weekly, daily and maybe even 4-hourly time frame. And guys, let's just get started, okay? So we are on an Aussie Yen on a weekly time frame, and what we can see is that we've got a very explosive movement recently. This is also due to the result of the employment increase in the Australia, okay? And what I'm seeing right here, right now, is this major resistance line, and price is just reaching to it. And of course, if we go on a daily time frame, we can also see certain overextended movement. You can see these three candles are very unnatural to the previous price action, as you can see right here. Okay, so these were very predictable movements, but this is really an explosion. Okay, so currently we're waiting for price to exhaust and to look for shorts. Okay, to go short. Okay, like that. Okay. And if price will continue to push to the upside, because sometimes this kind of a historical structure do not hold price just breakthrough. So we will wait, but definitely if we are looking for trading Aussie Yen, this is an area of selling. And otherwise, if we would like to continue to the uptrend, to get into this uptrend, we need to wait for price to fall down and then to retrace up. Okay, so that's it. Now let's move on a Aussie dollar. We are on currently on a weekly time frame. Okay, and as you can see, major weekly and daily structures are down there. Okay, and also the first recent one is up here. Okay, let me just fix that for you like that. Okay, so you can see price is somehow consolidating inside, and we are waiting for price to reject this area to look for shorts, whether we will get a bearish movement right here. So very simple price action movement. So that's it. We're simply waiting for exhaustion. You can enter with a 3 combo entry here, or anything, any trading strategy you have. Okay, let's move on a euro pound. Okay, the spread is a little bit high right now because it's closed market. Okay, so otherwise the Axie trader has a very good spreads, very low commissions, and very good execution. I'm really happy with it. Okay, so that's it. Euro pound created a rejecting candle on this somehow respected EMA 20. Not ideal. Let's change to 36, as we know the 36 is our guide very often. And yes, look at that, rejected, price went through, rejected, touched, rejected, went through, rejected before the close, almost touched it, rejected, touched, rejected. So this signals us a very powerful dynamic resistance trend line, which is EMA in this case. Okay, so I usually call a dynamic resistance the EMAs. Okay, so on a daily time frame, what we can see right here is actually nothing much, to be honest with you. The daily is pretty noisy. We could have a trend line here, but it's not really relevant. It's more of a 200. Okay, if you know the moving average magic trick video, which you probably watched already, is the EMA 36 on weekly is the daily EMA, is EMA 200 on a daily time frame. So this is an important indication. It also proves us right here. You can see these highs are 36 on a weekly, and if we draw a trend line, you can see here's also EMA 200. So this is definitely a kill zone, a powerful zone, along with the previous resistance. So this is a definitely good area to go short. on this area. Okay, looking very nice. Okay, still the context is really messy, but still, if we get some bearish movement, if we join to the downtrend with the trickle entry, that's a good sign. Okay, let's move on a euro dollar. Okay, euro dollar on a weekly time frame is approaching to, it's quite low, right? So it's approaching these lows. Actually, it touched it already and it rejected, and right now the daily setup, daily time frame is actually creating a lower low, lower high back to the support resistance. But I would not personally, every true combo trader out there, I would personally not enter based on a daily time frame right here. Okay, because the look at that trend. There was many entries. Here was an entry. Okay, here was not an entry, but it's late trend, right? So we do not enter into late trends. Okay, so you can enter with the 3 combo on a lower time frame, like 4 hourly, 1 hourly, or even 5-minute entries, to everybody who know how to do it. But otherwise, scalping from this area could be beneficial, especially if we get a break of this trend line. Okay. Yes, that's it. That's it. I will save the euro dollar. Euro yen. Very messy chart. This is most likely also due to the situation in the Europe. It affected the euro yen currency pair. So right now I'm not interested into it. There's a resistance, but hey, too messy, too unpredictable charts, right? You can see there was a prediction of very nice swing highs, very nice, but right now just this explosion and this explosion, I don't like it. Pound Swiss. Okay, we've got a rejection out of 200 for second time right here, then price move to the downside, and right now we've got a retest on these lows, right? Price already rejected. Let's take a look on the daily. Okay, everybody who's trading candle harmonic patterns, here's a harmonic pattern. I think this is called a Gartley because it's 61% retracement and a nice entry, so this could be a take profit. But anyway, if you're interested, I mean, the daily scalper is very much similar to the harmonic patterns, but it's really simplified, extremely simplified. So I really loved, when I first started trading, I was introduced to harmonic patterns back in 2013, 14, 15, okay? But somehow I could not stick with them, okay? They were the win ratio was too low for me personally, okay? And afterwards, I really developed the daily scalper system, which is somehow unique to and very similar to this kind of trading, okay? All right, so price action could easily fall down. We might see whether we'll get a triple bottom or continuation to the downside, but we will see, okay? We will see. Hard to say right now anything. Pound dollar. Price looks like it's going to south, so there was a breakout to the downside and retracement. Okay, is expected to up here, probably to this structure. There's also supply and demand zone. But right now it's hard to say. Price is just retracing on a daily, and we will see. It's hard to say anything much more than that. Pound yen. Price is approaching these highs. It's much cleaner chart, as you can see, compared to the euro yen. Okay, so this is a good sign. Okay, there's some exhaustion and divergence as well. So this is relatively a good sign for the pound yen. Okay. So you could look for short if you're scalping. looking for shorts in this area could be beneficial, especially because we've got a 4-hourly exhaustion. Guys, let me know, what's your trading style? Let me know, where are you in your trading, I would say, approach currently? Are you just developing it? Are you already established into it? Are you consistently profit or losing money? Let me know, okay? Let me know so that I know what kind of content I can prepare for you, okay? This is important to hear because I want to be relevant, I want to provide value, and just let me know, okay? What's your style? Scalping, day trading, swing trading, okay? Actually, let me save the pound yen. Okay, so on a daily time frame, we're on a New Zealand dollar. On a weekly time frame, it's hard to say anything special, but I would say on a daily time frame there's a structure, and here's the structure, the biggest one, right? Everything in between is just an intraday trading, trading supply and demand zones, so which I'm not currently interested into it anymore. Here's the cat, created a very nice bearish candle pattern. So this is looking very bearish. So there could be potential to the downside. Okay, and the first area of support is right here, of course. We've got it also right here, but it's also right here on a daily time frame. Look at that. So we've got the 3 major supports preventing the bearish downtrend to be like to go smoothly down, right? Or at least we have an areas how to hedge, right? So if you're a downtrend, we can hedge in these areas, or even scalp from these areas like we do with a daily scalper. Okay, so that's it. We've got a nice trend line here which has to be mentioned, and for everybody, for 3 combo traders, just take a look at the break of it before trading it. Okay, this is actually pretty important. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna use the Swiss. Wow, very nice candle patterns right on the 200 and this resistance. So this is a potential sell. Still though, what I don't like is this bullish candle. Look at that, extremely strong bullish candle. And also on a daily time frame, this looks like as a rejection from this structure, but this could be actually a breakout. So you have to be aware of that. This is a little bit more tricky setup, which is double swords edge, right? So it's like looks very bearish, but there's a potential for buying. So I usually stick away or just trade with a minimum risk. Okay. So that's it. Let's move on and use the yen. Pretty much as a Aussie yen pushing to the upside. Okay, this area of resistance was completely ignored. Actually, it's more supply and demand zone. Okay, but price might reject. Okay, based on daily time frame, price will sooner or later make a retracement and correction back to the CMAs, but we'll see when it will happen. Nothing relevant right now. Aussie Swiss. Okay, there's some messy chart going on. Okay, anyway, we'll go on a daily. The daily resistance is right here, so price action is approaching it. We've got a nice exhaustion, so shortly set up for the daily scalper traders. A very nice quick scalp. Otherwise, you can trade short if you're interested. If you have a system, guys, you have to understand. I'm giving you analysis for everybody who's having a system to trade with it. Okay, if you do not have a system, establish one, or you can join to us or find another person, but trade according to the system. I'm giving you a trend, a counter trend, and reversal trading opportunities, and you pick what is best for you. Okay, this is the purpose of these videos, weekly analysis videos. So you can short in any manner you prefer in this area. Why? Because there's a strong structure, there's an exhaustion wave, okay, or at least area touched the resistance very nicely, and there's a resistance candle patterns with some weakening and things like that. So just bear in mind, right? Okay, Aussie cat. Okay, Aussie cat. Actually, Aussie cat broke this trend line, very powerful trend line. And now we've got a strong bullish candle, so this is a good opportunity to go long compared to the price action. Even though price might fall down, still there's a, from what I'm seeing, there's a trend change on an Aussie cat. Okay, based on the daily. Here we were in the downtrend, sideways downtrend, and then price break through the impulse line, right? So you can also see, if you remember the candlestick video, this movement is much bigger than this movement, than this movement, than this movement, than any of other movements, okay? So this is really a signal that bulls are more potent, more dominant in this movement. Okay, so the three combo traders, there could be an entries on the lower time frames, maybe even on 1 hourly time frame. There could be setups potentially going on right here. This could be a great opportunity, a little bit like pretty late to be honest, but still compared to the daily whole context, okay, there's lots of room to the upside. If you turn this 1 hourly setup entry here, stop loss down there of like 60-70 pips, if it rides for around like up 600 pips, this is a good trade. You can have just a few trades per year like that, and it will make profit and cover all the losses for the past. Okay, so this is really a beauty. So I will note this Aussie cat for the potential entry, and the market will open. CAD yen, pretty much the same as Aussie yen, pushing. What I'm personally waiting is a retracement. Okay, and then price will, like, it's a very nice trend line. If price retraces back to this area, this could be a powerful buying level. Okay, so what we usually do is, like, we turn resistance into support. We trade flip structures, flip trend lines, dynamic EMAs acting as the structures. So very nice, right? Very simple, clean price action. Okay, but recently I am trading just with a daily scalper strategy. Okay, if anybody's interested in what's my personal trading style. Okay, cat swiss, pretty noisy on a weekly, as you can see, just fluff, up down, so hard to say anything specifically, so we will just stay away. The most, I would say, relevant area of resistance is right here. So if price reach it, this is a potential sell if we get a criteria. Okay, we have a few setups, a few pairs left. Let's move on. Euro Aussie, very bearish recently, of course. We know why, right? And the price is rejecting the EMA 20. In terms of entries, I would not look at that. Look, it's very unclear. Look, if you have an affordable time for just this kind of a movements, look at that. It's really unnatural, right? If you look at the natural 4 hourly setups, look at that. This is the natural flow of the pair. Okay, so what is really important, and I might do a video about it, it's really important to find the characteristic of a specific pair, to find how it's moving, right? What kind of explosive movements certain pair does. Okay, and if there's certain unalignment or very unpredictable movement, okay, there might be something going on, so it's better to stay away. So training your eye, and this is where experience comes in, right? So just think a way out of it. Okay, what's that? And I always say it's good to know what's not happening in the market, because then you know that you will not trade it, and you do not regret or anything like that. You just let it go. Okay, Euro CAD continuing the downtrend on a weekly, pushing down, but let's take a look on a daily. It looks like a pretty messy chart. Yeah, price is breaking these lows. This is acting some sort of as a resistance, support resistance, but price is just fluffing up and down. So personally, I'm not interested into it at all. Euro Swiss, pretty much the same. What's that, right? What's that? There's no downtrend, there's just explosive movements. Just eliminate what's not looking good. Just eliminate it. If you will eliminate improper charts fast, it will make profits fast, okay? Believe me, because you will know how to pick the highest quality setups, and you will rely on these, okay? I always say trade highest quality setups, trade high quality setups, and also sometimes trade medium quality setups, but do never trade very low quality setup. Okay, it's the same with Euro New Zealand, just unproportioned movement. Okay, Pound Aussie. What I'm very interested in here is this strong support. Look at that. Price is approaching it. Okay, so this is a nicely looking setup. Even though it is unproportioned, we have a strong support from like 2019 and even before. Very nice, powerful area. Okay, so we simply wait for price to reach that level. Okay, like that. I'll save that. And then we have few setups, few pairs left. Pound CAD. Just pushing on a weekly to the downside, but very much look at that. This is very like range mode trading, right? Okay. On a daily, it's just pushing. Sooner or later, it will retrace. But in terms of entries, in terms of, I would simply wait for price to break this trend line and go long a little bit against the trend, if this is, of course, in your trading plan. Okay. But otherwise, just wait for price to make a weekly setup and trade based on that. Pound New Zealand. We've got a very precise and very tight weekly zone, which is a very fortunate. Let's go on a daily to see how it looks like. This is a very strong recent price action. It's very quick. Price returned quickly within like 2-3 candles. It reversed for like 1,600 pips. This is a good sign. It is not too far distant. It's relatively recent, so it's from November 2021. So this is like very recent, right, for the daily time frame. And buying from this level, it's very reasonable. Like, it's very logical. If you just ask a newbie like how to trade, if you were teaching about structures, you'd say, wow, that's a good structure, right? So just wait for price to reach it and see whether there's divergence, double bottom, things like that, or go with the 3 combo above, or find a daily scalpel setup behind. So that's it. New Zealand yen. Okay. New Zealand yen approached this powerful weekly high. The result of this price action is right now that it is hitting it pretty a lot. We'll see whether there's some divergence and exhaustion. Actually, not really on a 4 hourly. There might be on a 1 hourly. Look at that. The 1 hourly is respecting the EMA20. This is a powerful trend. Okay, and definitely, if you're looking for short, based on this resistance, we have to wait for the price to break this trend line because it's very respected. So I'll save that. In terms of buying, it's too high. First, to wait for price to dip down. And New Zealand Swiss. All right, we have a nice trend line here. Price is reaching it slowly but surely. A very nice trend line, see? So this is sort of a box where price will reach it. Like that, okay? So the daily scalper traders, there could be a setup, just wait for price to reach that level to get a nice measure, right? And the last pair, New Zealand CAD, we've got a nice daily 1 to 3. Look at that, True Combo Traders, a very nice bullish setup. So this is actual entry, a nice breakout of this trend line. Just hold on. A nice trend line. Higher high, higher low, above the 200, above the 36. Above the trend line. The only problem is this EMA 200 rejection and this candle pattern. But hey, on the daily, it really looks promising. We've got a nice bullish candle. Not as breaking through, but let's look on a lower time frame. We've got a nice 200. So this is actually textbook trade combo. Nice resistance. We can support 200. Trend line is there. Let's take a look. Boom, it's there, right? So powerful trade combo entry right here, and even the 1 hour, look at that. Wow, boom, entries right here. Okay, to give you a clue, anybody who's not into entry, stop loss down there. Okay, a huge risk reward of 35 to 40 pips. Okay, compared to the 300 up potential to the upside. Okay, so the reason why I'm not in this trade because I'm not trading true combo anymore due to time restrictions. It takes lots of monitoring. You have to check charts a few times a day if there's lots of happenings. There are more quiet times, but currently I'm really trading more with the daily scalper. It's really like checking charts 2 times a week, making even more consistent profits, high returns with minimal work. So this is what I like. So that's it, guys. Once again, guys, let me know down in the comments below. What's your trading style? What are you trading? Are you a swing trader, day trader, scalper? And what's your vision? Actually, this is what I would also like to hear. What's your vision with trading? Why are you trading? Okay, so these kind of messages inspire me so that I know where's my audience, where we are as a team. So that's it. So I'm wishing you all the best, and until then, I'm wishing you really, really safe trading and lots of profits. So that's it, and take care. Bye bye.